y'all. It's your homegirl, Victoria Lopez with Cut Right Real Estate. I am sitting here with my favorite mortgage broker, Mike Alberico. I have a couple of questions for him that are common questions and that might help you guys when looking to get a loan. Hey, Mike.
Fire away. I'm excited.
Okay, so what is the biggest fear factor that you are noticing with clients that you wish they didn't have?
Right now, rate, which ties into affordability. Even though we're in a declining rate environment, we're filming this today, September 3rd. We'll see what the jobs report brings Friday, because that's going to really dictate what happens with a rate cut.
Right.
Not to go deep down the rabbit hole, but a Fed rate cut doesn't always mean that mortgage rates are going to drop as well. And the reason I keep talking about rate, because that's probably the first question that I get, and you probably get it as well,
Yes.
even before you show the house, is, well, what's the payment going to be? What are the rates right now? Rate is important. Obviously, it dictates how much you're paying each month in principal and interest. But is it really only a number? Because a lot of the focus needs to be on payment.
Right.
And what we're seeing right now is when you do an overall analysis of everything involved with someone that's trying to buy, especially people that currently own a property, I'm sure you're starting to see more people are relocating, not just renting to buying, even if they owned property in the past, because everybody wanted to hold on to those low rates.
Mm-hmm.
So why I keep saying payment is, can you afford a monthly payment? Because if we put you on a 30-year fixed, yes, taxes and insurance can tick up. If you pay cash, taxes and insurance are still going to tick up. It doesn't matter. But that principal and interest piece, which is the largest portion of your housing expense, will stay fixed. It can only get better. And what I mean by that is, if rates drop, you can refinance. If rates go up for some reason, guess what? You're in below and you're an appreciating asset. So that's the biggest thing, is for people to overcome that hurdle of rate and look at the overall payment. Especially the reason I brought up people that own property is, we're doing it more and more, is why don't we take less of the proceeds that you're getting from the sale of your home, right, and not put it towards down payment, and let's pay off some high interest debt, whether it's credit cards, auto loans. We're starting to see student loans come out of the COVID forbearance and deferment and all that. So those people are going to have to repay them. I mean, yes, some of them are in the government forgiveness program, but you can take half your down payment and eliminate most of your monthly debt. Then how much does that mortgage payment really matter? And then to go back to where we were, if rates do continue to tick down, then you're even a better situation for when you go to refinance.
I'm glad you touched on the debt. The debt, some debt is good debt.
Yeah, housing debt's great debt.
Can you go into a little bit about that? Like, let's say I have a car payment, and is that good debt? Is that bad debt?
Well,
like just a
you
little
need a
bit.
Car,
right.
Unless you're working from home and never leave and do everything DoorDash or Amazon or Instacart, but
right,
that can probably add up to a car payment if I had to do that every day. Car payment's not bad debt. It depends on what you're doing. If you're making 80 grand a year, don't go out and buy the new Mercedes that costs you $1,800 a month, because there's half your mortgage payment.
Exactly.
You know, people use credit cards. I do it, put our expenses on it. If you pay it off, it's fine. It's when you start accruing credit card debt is when you really start to lose your purchasing power. And it's a big strain on your family's budget, because if you have 15 grand in credit card debt, you might be paying $500-600 a month, and $550 of that 600 is probably going to principal, because those rates are in the 20 percentile range. So that's what I would consider bad debt. Student loans, that's probably a whole nother topic, because it depends on what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to get unspoken language master's degree, you're probably going to rack up a lot of debt and not be able to find a job. If you're getting an engineering degree, that's different. Same thing with usable skills and service, or trades, not service. So that's not too terrible. Again, depends on what it is.
Right.
Favorite debt is mortgage debt, not because I'm a mortgage broker, but it's an appreciating asset. You can use it for, I always say, generational wealth. You and Leo move and want to keep that as a rental property, you can. As long as it covers everything, then you have a secondary source of income, potentially a retirement stream. And then once your children are grown, if you have more than one property, that's wealth that you left for them. Because even if it's not paid off, it's still an appreciating asset, and you can leverage that to buy more assets. Like
Right.
Hunter's got a ton of clients that are investors, and they leverage the debt in their current properties to take debt out on them and get more. It's like the anti-Dave Ramsey method, but that's probably where the one thing I don't agree with him on
Right.
is mortgage debt is not bad. And the other thing is you don't need to save 20% down, because if it goes to where the payment works for you guys, then do it. Because by the time, if it takes you 4 years to save 20% down, and that might be an understatement, you know better than me, the average appreciation in our area is 5 to 7% a year. So you're paying 20% more for the same house because you want to save 20% down. So 5% down mortgage debt, if the payment works, the house is priced correctly, it's not bad debt.
Another great thing you touched on. You answered all of my questions in just one little bit.
Yeah.
So
You can chop this up for shorts.
But yeah, thank you so much. And if you're looking at buying, of course, reach out to me, your homegirl, Victoria Lopez. And we make a great team. If you need a mortgage broker, I got you with Mike. He's amazing. I'm amazing. And what more could you want?